Hey, welcome to a special episode of I Guy Movies. I'm Timothy Guy.
I'm Stephanie Holland.
The Oscar nominations are out, so everyone's either mad or upset or happy or, something.
Right.
Just pick a Seven Dwarf and go with it.
But we're going to talk about movies never being nominated for Oscars.
No, these are not going to be nominated for anything. Maybe some Razzies, who knows?
I think there might be a few Razzies.
So we're talking about the worst movies of 2012. So we have a few. We're going to do two each. You don't have to go in order if you don't like, but Stephanie, let's go with yours.
Well, I am going to talk about what my #1 worst movie of 2012 was. Ghost Rider, Spirit of Vengeance. And let me tell you, it won in a landslide. There were no other movies that were even approachingly as bad as this. I mean, I have some other movies that were bad, but this was bad. This was like epically just, there was nothing good about it. Like from the picture to the screenplay, the directing, the acting, the effects, nothing was good in this movie. Well, effects were okay. But anyways, it's Nicolas Cage once again playing the Ghost Rider. He's, been on the run trying not to be the Ghost Rider, but then like the devil's kid shows up and he's got to become the Ghost Rider. It's just all kinds of convoluted. I hate when that happens. All kind of convoluted. The only thing that made me really sad watching this was Idris Elba, because I just felt bad that he was in this movie the whole time.
I love Idris Elba.
He's awesome, and he deserves better.
Yeah, he was in Thor. He did a great job, and then he decided, I don't know why to do that.
Yeah.
No particular order mine. I'm going to go with Men in Black 3, which I hated. I loved the first one. Can I talk about how much I love the first one? I saw it 3 times in the theater.
Funny.
I went to the world premiere, saw Will Smith, got to go to a special screening. Hated the second one because it was basically a carbon copy of the first one.
Right. Then
this one, the main reason I hate it more than anything is because they had so much to work with. They had great actors, they had a great screenwriter, and then they just didn't do anything with it. And they actually filmed part of the movie without a script.
Because that always turns out well.
And they decided like, oh, well, I think we need a script, so we should stop filming for a few months. So right there, that should just tell you, it had some weird convoluted time travel story. Josh Brolin, really good as Agent K. He did a really great impersonation.
He was the only redeeming thing in
But the jokes just fell flat. The effects were just, hopefully this is the last Men in Black movie. I'm sorry to say. But.
But what about the big surprise twist at the end that you could see like 5 miles down the road?
I'm not even going to spoil it for the people because I don't want to burden them with the burden that I have to carry. So...
No, that movie, my #2.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go.
So the next movie I'm going to talk about, I'm just going to skip ahead a little bit and talk about this movie made #4 on my worst list, is John Carter. Now, I don't want to pile on to the bucket of sadness that is John Carter, but...
It's a giant bucket.
It's a giant bucket of sadness.
No, it's a giant bucket.
But...
An expensive one,
here's
too.
the thing. It's not like it's a terrible movie,
no.
But it also is not very good in the fact that you could see the potential for a good movie in there. It was just sort of this muddled, mismatched mess of things. And, I felt bad for Taylor Kitsch because this was supposed to be his year. And it's John
Battleship.
Battleship is a little lower on my list of worst movies. but
thank God you didn't see Savages.
What makes this movie so high on the list is it was bad on a $200 million level. I mean, let's be honest. Thank goodness Disney had the Avengers this year because... if they didn't have that $1 billion cushion from the Avengers, how big a loss is this for this movie?
No.
Which they did everything they could to make this movie a hit, and it just wasn't gonna happen.
It was middle of the pack for me. I'm gonna be honest and say I didn't hate it, but I also didn't love it. So I think if I saw 30 movies, it's like number 50. It's in the middle. What's more offensive is a movie where you have big stars. So you have Ben Stiller, you have Vince Vaughn, Jonah Hill-ish, Rosemary DeWitt, who's a great actress, and you put them in this movie and you're like, it's about aliens, oh, this is going to be great.
Yeah.
And then it's the worst movie. We're talking about The Watch, or it's called Neighborhood Watch until the whole Trayvon Martin thing.
Yeah,
they decided, oh crap, we should change the name of this movie. Maybe they should have decided, oh crap, we should not release this movie.
On paper,
funny.
Yeah.
In the movies, I laughed. I smirked once, and that was it. Because there's a little cameo by The Lonely Island, which I thought was the part I smirked. NC-17, you can't really talk about it. But that was really the only good part. If you have a free Redbox code, I'm not even saying don't even spend the dollar.
Don't even spend the dollar.
If they give you one of those codes like, hey, it's Friday, here's a code, rent it, and then you can email
or maybe don't waste your free code on
No, maybe, rent a Battleship instead.
So those are a few of our worst movies.
Yes.
Maybe we'll post the blog with a full list, because I always feel like it's more fun to talk about the bad movies.
Well, frankly. But we're going to have fun next week when we're talking about the best movies of 2012.
Best movies of 2012.
I'll give you a clue. Our number 1 and 2 might be close together. If not, number 1's exactly the same.
I'm just going to go ahead and predict we've probably got the same number 1.
We're going to assemble next week. We'll see you then.